Thom Hartmann here on the news. You need to know this. No more war. That's the message the American people are sending as approval for the Afghanistan war has now dropped to an all-time low. A new AP poll shows that only 27% of Americans support the war. That's a 10-point drop from just 1 year ago. On the flip side, two-thirds of Americans are opposed to the war, and 40% say they are strongly opposed to the war. So far, 1,834 U.S. soldiers have died in Afghanistan, and the conditions don't seem to be getting much better over there. French President-elect François Hollande has said that he is going to remove all troops from Afghanistan by the end of this year. I think it's time we do the same. Americans who want a government that works are screwed. The Republican Party kicked another moderate to the curb last night after 35 years serving in the Senate. Indiana Senator Dick Lugar lost a primary battle Tuesday night to Wall Street's candidate, Tea Party Republican challenger Richard Mourdock. Mourdock attacked Lugar for crossing the aisle to support the auto bailout, the START nuclear treaty, and President Obama's Supreme Court nominees. But Lugar's real crime was voting on the side of the big box retailers to put a ceiling on how much banksters could charge the stores and credit card fees. That vote cost the banksters $16 billion. And to get revenge, they showered money on Mourdock using conservative blogs like Red State, K Street Hacks, and funding millions in TV advertising in Indiana. As Politico pointed out, the banking industry is making an example of Senator Dick Lugar. Now Lugar will probably follow in the footsteps of Indiana's past 4 senators and become a multimillionaire lobbyist himself. In the best of the rest of the news, the field is set for the Wisconsin recall election scheduled for June 5th, and it's going to be a rematch. Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett won the Democratic nomination Tuesday night, giving him another shot at defeating one of America's most unpopular governors, Scott Walker, who beat Barrett in 2010 by 6 points. But this time around, things are different. With the labor movement fighting for its life and millions of Wisconsinites organized to end Scott Walker's war on working people, progressives have a real shot at taking back the Badger State's governorship. But they're going to have to overcome more than $20 million in out-of-state millionaire and billionaire campaign contributions that Walker has raised in the last few months. Keep an eye on Wisconsin this month. The White House might have a plan after all when it comes to endorsing same-sex marriage. While many wrote off Joe Biden's endorsement of same-sex marriage last weekend as a typical flippant remark, White House insiders are hinting it could be a signal that President Obama himself is ready to come out in support of same-sex marriage. President Obama has previously said he doesn't support same-sex marriage personally, but his views on the matter are evolving. But now, according to a report by the New Yorker's Ryan Lizza, a senior White House official said the president may throw his support behind same-sex marriage before the election, and certainly will after the election. If so, he'd be the first president in American history to back equal rights for all Americans, regardless of their sexual orientation. With states like North Carolina passing radical constitutional amendments banning same-sex marriage, the LGBT community very much needs President Obama's leadership on this issue. It now looks like the underwear bomber terror plot that was foiled wasn't really a terror plot at all. The would-be bomber was actually an informant working for the Saudi government and the CIA who had infiltrated al-Qaeda in Yemen and then volunteered to carry out the attack. Once the informant was given the bomb, he turned it over to his handlers, who then turned it over to the FBI. The underwear bomb that was seized, by the way, is a much more sophisticated device than the one used in the failed 2009 bombing. Reportedly, it's a non-metallic device that would have been undetectable even during an intrusive pat-down. So, surprise, our security theater and airports, complete with Chertoff X-ray porno scanners and TSA gropes, doesn't keep us safe. Next step, have TSA agents slap on latex gloves and bust out the KY jelly? We've become insane. And Ben Franklin was right when he said those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. It's time to end the security theater and get rational again. Oil prices continue to fall, now dropping to just over $85 a barrel, the lowest price of the year so far. The price drop might have something to do with oil speculators selling off their futures contracts, since as much as $14 of every tank of gas in America is the result of banksters speculating on Wall Street. Those suffering the most from falling oil prices are Republican operatives who've been trying to pin rising gas prices on President Obama, despite the fact that he's increased domestic drilling and reduced dependence on foreign oil each year he's been in office. U.S. inventories are now at a 21-year high and demand at a 7-year low. Now that gas prices are falling, let's see if Republicans are as quick to give the president credit as they were to fault him when they were rising. And finally, if Michelle Bachmann loves America so much, then why is she now a citizen of Switzerland? According to a Swiss TV report on Tuesday, Michelle's husband, Marcus Bachmann, took a break from healing the gays to revisit his roots and become a Swiss citizen. In an interview with Swiss TV, Michelle Bachmann gushed about Switzerland, saying, "It's tough to find a place not to like in Switzerland. So, inquiring minds want to know, did they become Swiss citizens for the universal nonprofit healthcare? Or because Switzerland's been a pacifist country for 200 years, run by the social and liberal Democrats? Or because gays are explicitly protected from discrimination by the Swiss Constitution, so Marcus can now safely come out? Inquiring minds want to know. And that's the way it is today, Wednesday, May 9th, 2012. I'm Thom Hartmann on the news.